Now to what is trending in true crime. Disturbing footage shows the wife of a U.S. Air Force airman allegedly lacing his morning coffee with bleach. In the midst of a divorce, Robbie Johnson realized that his coffee started to taste a little off. So he placed multiple hidden cameras all around his house, which seemed to show his wife, look at this, Melody Johnson, pouring the household cleaner into his cup of joe. This is unbelievable.
Test this to show that it's definitely tainted. It stinks. Seems true. Big change.
Oh my gosh, and Robbie speculated that his wife was maybe trying to kill him while they were stationed in Germany, but continued drinking the coffee, oh my goodness, until they were stateside and he was able to file a police report. Our question this morning is, was collecting this evidence worth living together through a divorce? I've got two great guests standing by. I want to bring them in now. Criminal defense attorney, retired now. He's an author now, does a lot of television. He deserves a medal for representing Jodi Arias at one point in time. Mr. Kirk Nurmi is joining us, and family law attorney Michelle Thomas joining us as well. Good morning to you both. Boy, I need you both on this segment. Michelle with your family law expertise, Kirk with your criminal defense expertise. Okay, let's start with these two living together. They're trying to divorce, but yet they're cohabitating. Michelle Thomas, is this just a recipe for disaster?
Yeah, good morning, Julie. It absolutely is. Divorce is hard enough with all the tensions, and then when there's children involved, it's already a very hostile, intense situation a lot of times. But when you live together through that process, you really have to be careful because people are not at their best. They're irrational during that time. They're not thinking clearly, and a lot of times they're motivated by money, which I think may be one of the issues in this case that we have before us now.
Excellent point, Michelle. Thank you for that. Kirk Nurmi, that video, oh my goodness. Okay, let's start first with the cohabitating with the two of them, and how does that play into the opportunity of, you know, potentially wanting to do a homicide? Your thoughts, Kirk?
Boy, you know, it's hard to say how we get to the point where somebody gets married and then they're methodically attempting to kill their husband. I mean, think about the thought process behind this woman. I mean, maybe it potentially started back in Germany, right? But it's sociopathic action. She's methodically, premeditatedly doing this on a regular basis to try to kill her husband. I mean, the sociopathy behind this is startling. And I think when we find the digital footprint, what kind of searches did she do, what have you? This case against her is obviously going to be very strong. There she is on camera. And, you know, this is the kind of case that makes me glad I don't practice criminal defense anymore. I had my handful with one infamous female defendant, and I feel sorry for her attorney because here she is on camera and she's probably proclaiming her innocence to him.
Right. Yeah, this is bad evidence to contend with, right, Kirk? I mean, if you are representing a woman like this, what do you counsel her on doing? How do you advise her going forward through the process?
You know, you can only advise, you can't control, but one of the things you can do is sit there and show them the tape. Say, listen, here's the evidence against you. It's pretty darn strong. But the problem becomes, you know, obviously it's up to the client whether they want to take a plea or take the case to trial. And, you know, we've talked before about image of a female defendant is so important. So I could see her wanting to fight these charges, to having some sort of excuse, because someone who's this devious, someone who's this methodical probably thinks she has a plan to get out of this, and it's just that she just needs the right attorney in order to do it.
Oh yeah, she might need to get you out of retirement, Kirk Nurmi, to help her out. She's going to need really good counsel on this. Oh, and Michelle Thomas, I think a fair question, and you know, this is the perfect one for you. Why live together during a divorce? I think a lot of people who are watching this case, talking about it online, are like, why in the world are these two under the same roof if they can't stand each other?
Yeah, Julie, it's more common than you would think because people can't afford a lot of times to live separately going through a divorce. Divorce is very expensive. There's a lot of cost involved. But the better question, I think, is, or another question is, why would you drink the coffee that your spouse is making for you when you're going through a divorce? You are obviously not their favorite person. There's a reason why you're getting divorced. And so if you're living under the same roof, you would think you'd want to stay as far apart as you can and just lay low. So that is really also disturbing about this case.
Right, Michelle. Yeah, because bleach, I mean, while it smells great in the bathroom, after you've freshly cleaned the tub or something, it's like if you're putting your coffee up to your nose, and wouldn't you think you'd go, poo? Like, what's
Something's
in this?
not right.
Why even, dump it out? Oh my gosh. So thank goodness this guy's okay. I mean, I think, this could have been really, really bad. So now Ms. Johnson, she's charged since August by Tucson police with attempted murder. Okay, they said, this deadly concoction created by her. That's the allegation, the affidavit. They share 2 kids together. So this makes it even worse. 2 children together. And Robbie Johnson believes these attacks were driven by money, her desire to collect the insurance benefits. Michelle Thomas, you called that one. This morning, Melody Johnson, she's in jail. She's on a $200,000 bond on attempted homicide, ag assault, and using poison to do it. She's entered a plea of not guilty so far. Boy, Michelle, you called that one when you said money, money, money. Your thoughts when you hear this, that police said that was it?
Yeah, it's not surprising, Julie, because money is a great motivator or motivating factor when people are getting divorced. Because once the divorce is finalized, she knew she wasn't going to be entitled to those death benefits, and she may not be getting anything out of the divorce, so may be concerned about it. And so people start doing crazy things, going through a divorce. They're not in their right state of emotional state of mind a lot of times, and they start developing these plans. And this was just a really bad plan, considering that he could have put video cameras throughout the house. So she really didn't think this through.
And now I think a lot of people are wondering, another fair question, what might the defense be? We know she's cloaked in the presumption of innocence. And if she decides to go to trial, what might her counsel do with her? Kirk Nurmi, save that one for you. What do you think, my friend?
Well, Julie, us defense attorneys have a saying, a trial like this would be a long-form guilty plea. I mean, let's face it, all the prosecutor has to do is play the tape, put the husband on the stand, pretty much maybe a few more chemists, and the case is over. There's no defense to it, especially like we've been talking about with these cameras inside the house. There's not much, there's no defense. So ultimately, I think this is going to be a quick, clean case for the prosecutors, and might be one that motivates them not even to take a plea because it could be wrapped up in a day or 2.